Hi, welcome back to another episode of the Archon League. Once again, I'm your host, BlazeShadowthorn, and I promise I'm not the only one going to be uploading. I just happen to have a lot of free time today. And I also happen to have a microphone and ability to record, but we're going to have other people record, don't worry. But this is actually a fun battle I had. I actually think this might actually be a test. I think it actually was. It was a test for our fire gym leader, and I always I believe we're missing one still, and every time when someone tests for it, I have to battle them because, well, I'm steel, they're fire, so obviously most people would think I'd lose, right? But I don't know. I just like battling it because this team actually was built with defeating fire trainers in mind. Like, that's how I built this team. So yeah, this is going to be a fun match, and I hope you enjoy it. So, I'm going to be leading off once again with my Registeel as he leads off as Ninetales. He's going to Flamethrower, yeah. Flamethrower in the sun does like 50% to my wall. Why is Registeel UU? I don't know. But anyway, I'm able to paralyze it and get up my rocks, which is great. Now I'm able to go into bubbles, get off Hydro Pump, which does quite a bit of damage. He's going to go Flamethrower, and now I'm able to 2-hit KO that Ninetales, which is pretty fun. Now he's going to go out into his Volcarona. Why? I have no idea. He's just going to set up a Quiver Dance, and I'm going to go for a Hydro Pump, and I miss, which is like, no. But he goes for a Giga Drain, which is like, what? And I'm able to go for another Hydro Pump. Unfortunately, if that Hydro Pump would have hit, that would have been the end of Volcarona, but unfortunately it is not, and he lives yet again, and he gets going to go for another Giga Drain as I go for a Hydro Pump, and that is finally going to take him out. Now he's going to go into his Infernape. I'm going to get scared out of that close combat, and I'm going to go into my Skarmory. Now the only thing that happens is if that Infernape was scarfed, I would have a bit of a problem, but it isn't, which means I can go into Scarchon and just like totally wreck things. Things get wrecked, and I'm able to then go for another Earth Power. Unfortunately, it doesn't kill, but he goes for the he goes for Overheat, which is like, I don't know why, but he just does, and I get the Flash Fire boost, and then he forfeits because he suddenly realizes that I have 4 pokes left, he only has 3, and he's gonna get wrecked. So we do actually have time for one more battle, and what I've done is I've taken a bunch of battles, some I've won, some I've lost, and just saved a bunch of random battles. Which means now I can go and I can randomly click on another battle, and you get one more. So this is, once again, I lead off with my Registeel. He leads off with his Sableye. I go for probably Hidden Power Water, just to see how much it would do. I predicted the taunt. He actually goes for Will-O-Wisp, which sucks, because now my Scizor is basically crippled. So I'm just going to go for the Acrobatics, just see how much it does. It actually didn't do that disappointing of an amount, so I'm going to go for a Sword Stance, knowing I can live one more Night Slash. And so I have enough H. I'm just going to go for another Acrobatics, just see how much it does. It actually does around 50%, which is good considering I'm burned and everything. So now I'm going to go into Bubbles. As he goes for Will-O-Wisp, he misses, and I'm able to go for a Hydro Pump, which is awesome. Now he's going to go into his Dusclops. He goes for Shadow Sneak, takes out my Air Balloon, as I'm just going to take this opportunity to set up my rocks. I go for a Hydro Pump. I miss, unfortunately. He reveals to me he has Earthquake. That is not, like, my concern at all, because really I don't need Bubbles for nothing. But I'm still going to save it because I can predict the Earthquake, go into my Skarmory, and now I'm going to set up some Spikes, and some more Spikes as he goes for Will-O-Wisp, which again doesn't really bother me too much because nothing on his team really threatens me too much. Even that Chandelure I know I can easily take out, but he goes for Shadow Ball, which kind of shocked me because I'm thinking Scald, but nope, Shadow Ball. He goes for Pain Split then, as I'm just going to Whirlwind him out into his Jellicent again. Which, now I'm just Whirlwinding things, racking up entry hazard damage. I'm going to go for a Roost here because I'm feeling a little low on HP. And now I believe I'm just going to Whirlwind again as he goes for Shadow Ball still. I'm waiting for that Scald. Apparently he doesn't have it, which is like why you wouldn't have Scald on a Jellicent is beyond me, but I'm going to switch out of there because I'm scared, and he just gonna T-bolts me. And now I'm gonna paralyze something because that's what this wall does. He paralyzes things and then he kills them. But that's another tale for another time. But anyways, he's going to go for Will-O-Wisp. I cannot touch that thing with my Registeel, so I'm going to switch out, go to my Skarmory, which is the only thing that can basically touch that, except maybe Heatran, but I really don't want to go into Heatran right now. But so he's going to, I believe I'm going to, yeah, I go into my Registeel now to take that T-Bolt like it was nothing, and he goes for Focus Blast, misses unfortunately, and I'm just going to go for that HP Water, because that's really the only thing I can do at this point. He actually hits it next turn, which is like, whatever. I actually go for a T-Bolt, T-Wave now, just because I can. And he misses his Focus Blast again, which is a bit unfortunate, but at the same time, it's not really mattering too much, because it was only doing like 40% anyways. So even if he hit one, I would still be able to live. But anyways, he's going to go out into his Cofagrigus now. I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave, because why not? Hacks is fun. No, I'm gonna keep on going for that HP Water. I have since changed it to HP Dark just for this occasion, but at the same time, this team was built for Fire, so HP Water at the time seemed a logical choice. But now it's HP Dark because, like, yeah. But now I'm going to Whirlwind things around as he goes into his Dusclops. I believe he goes for the Shadow Sneak here, but it doesn't kill because Skarmory is a boss, and he is bulky. Bulk. This is like the equivalence of bulk right here. But he goes for Pain Split. Not that big of a deal, really, because, yeah, Shadow Sneak does nothing. But anyways, I'm figuring Skarmory is basically useless now. He pretty much I pretty much crippled his entire team. So I roll him out into this Cofagrigus, and I'm able to roost up because, yeah, I can do that. I can roost. And he's just going to Pain Split, which is fine by me. Because, really, his Cofagrigus cannot touch my Skarmory whatsoever. So now I'm going to Whirlwind again. I Whirlwind him out into his Jellicent, which I now figured out does not have Scald, which means I can safely roost. He recovers, no big deal. He actually gets paralyzed here. It doesn't really matter because all he could have gone really for was a Shadow Ball, and that would have just made me roost one more turn. But he goes into his Cofagrigus right now and goes for the Pain Split as I once again go for the Whirlwind. And I Whirlwind him out into Jellicent again because, yeah, that's about the only thing now I can Whirlwind him out into. He just recovers up as I Whirlwind him out again. This time I Whirlwind him out into his Chandelure. I see Balloon, so I'm just like, okay, you know what? Just die. I gotta get rid of that Balloon so my Scarftron can clean up. As he actually just goes for the Trick Room, which is like, what? Why would you do that? Why? But it doesn't matter because now I can go into Scarftron. Because even though I'm Scarfed, there's really nothing you can do to me. And he actually decides to switch out for some reason. I don't know the reason behind that. And he goes into Jellicent, which is like the thing I want him to go into. But I'm still fearing that Scald, so I go into Haxie Maxie just because I can, and I go for that Zen Headbutt, and he flinches, and then I realize, struggle! Just because, and he actually burns me, which means I'm like, I can actually do this, I can actually kill this. Nope, 5%, and he recovers, and yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. So now I'm like, just fodder Haxie Maxie, because that's all it's really good for now. I mean, it doesn't really matter anyways, because the game's pretty much mine, because I have Hidden Power Electric. And he goes for his Shadow Ball, and he actually gets his Spadef drop, which doesn't really matter too much, and he keeps on going for Shadow Ball. He could have probably stalled it out a bit longer and just gone for recovers, and he probably actually would have won that Star War then, but he then goes out into Chandelure, and that just dies to entry hazards. So yeah, that was GG. So if you enjoyed the double battle, please feel free to leave a rating, comment, subscribe, join us, try out, check out our website. Yeah, bye.